Chapter 27. Brian, Mom calls. She has to run over to him. Otherwise, he might try to walk down the stairs, and he can't do that without help. His depth perception is bad, and one leg is so weak it buckles underneath him. I know this is Mom's worst fear for today. She's worried about Dad, but she's also worried about everyone seeing the truth about Dad and feeling sorry for us. Now it's too late. People are waving and calling out, "Oh, Brian, there you are." Carla, an old friend, calls out, "You look wonderful. Come down and say hello." Dad smiles and doesn't move. Mom is at the stairs, moving up toward him. I look around at who's on the lawn and try to think, how many people here know that he still can't talk? They aren't our good friends. Our good friends came early and are already gone. The people here now are acquaintances and some strangers. The worst would be if Dad gets caught up in the moment and forgets what he can't do if he thinks, "Oh, look, friends," and comes down to spend 20 minutes trying to get hello to come out of his mouth. George doesn't mind running up the stairs to stand next to Dad. Dad puts his arm around George, and everyone waits for a long minute to see what will happen next. I have to say this, George and Dad look more related to each other now than they used to. Like they're more than just father and son now, like they're two people who've been in the same car accident or something. We're both reeling away, trying to figure out what happened. I'm not sure why Mom isn't climbing the stairs to do something. Maybe she's like the rest of us, waiting to see what Dad is going to do. Finally, he smiles, squeezes George to his side, and holds up a big thumbs up sign. George does it too, and everyone claps. Mom climbs the stairs and turns around to say Brian just wants to thank everyone so much for coming out today. Our whole family appreciates this incredible show of support. She's crying as she says this, which makes me run over and stand next to her. "I mean that," she says, squeezing me. "We've learned a lot today about how generous people can be. We're so grateful to all our friends who have helped us." She looks over at Olga, who is listening and counting her coffee can of money. It looks like she's made a lot. Martin's friends at the toy sale whoop and hold up a fistful of dollar bills. I hadn't even noticed until now, but all the Nerf guns are sold, and so are most of the other toys. "Go, Mr. Barrows," one of them yells. Dad raises his eyes and gives them another thumbs up. It made me wish I had a crowd of my guy friends like Martin does. Rayshawn hasn't come, which means the only person I have here is Olga. Maybe she's my only friend, which shouldn't depress me, but it sort of does. And then I look over at my station and see another surprise. Mr. Norris and Aaron and Miss Crocker are all standing in the game arcade. He must know this is my spot because I made one of the games from the recycle bin in art class. It's a cardboard ball maze constructed with toilet paper rolls stapled onto a piece of cardboard. It's my favorite game in the arcade, even if no one has played it yet. I come over and say hello to Mr. Norris and Miss Crocker and offer Aaron a high five, which is the only way George will say hi to strangers. Aaron does it, sort of, only he misses my hand. Mr. Norris and Miss Crocker tell me it looks like a great fair and a great game arcade. They keep talking, but I don't listen too closely because I'm looking at what Aaron is studying, our old beanbag toss game with the clown nose that's too small. I pick up a beanbag and show him how. Even if you stuff it, it's hard to get through. I'm surprised because I've got his attention. He's definitely watching. When I finally get the beanbag to disappear through the nose, he does something George would totally do. He laughs really loud. I reach around with my other hand and pull the beanbag out again. Ta-da! More laughter. Stuff it through, he laughs. Make it reappear, he laughs again. I do it a bunch of times, and then I change it up a little. I hand the beanbag to him. He doesn't take it. He pushes my hand toward the hole, so I keep doing the trick. This is just like George, who will pull me over to the refrigerator to get me to open the door for him. He knows how to do it. He knows how to do things. He just doesn't think he can. "You do it," I say, holding the beanbag out to Aaron. He puts his fingers in his ears like he's trying to say, "No, don't say that, you do it." I do it a few more times, so he's laughing again, and the fingers are out of his ears. Then I take a risk. I just put the beanbag in his hand. He doesn't want to do it himself, but he wants the game to keep going, so it's almost like his hand does it by itself. He pushes the beanbag through and laughs. I pull it out. Ta-da! And he laughs again. He does it again, and we crack ourselves up. We've got a pretty good joke going. That reminds me of playing around with George, where nothing you're doing is all that funny, and you laugh just because the other person is laughing so hard. The game ends when I see my fourth big surprise of the day. Jeremy pushing his bike across the lawn. He looks mad, like he's already been to the toy sale and found out all the Nerf guns are gone. Maybe he's figured out this is Mr. Norris's son I'm standing with. Maybe he saw Mr. Norris put a $20 bill in my coffee can, which he did a few minutes ago. I waved to Jeremy, nervous about what he might say. Hi, thanks for coming. Are people supposed to pay for these games? He says. Aaron has already walked away, so it's fine for me to talk to him. I look around at what he's seeing. Each game is balanced on a plastic lawn chair. It looks pretty stupid. Yeah, but not too many people have. Mostly, they're doing the other stuff. I can see why. I want to tell him he should try to sound less mean. Maybe it would even help him if I pointed this out, but I'm not so sure. He looks over at Olga, sitting at her table. Are you pretty good friends with her now? I guess, I shrug. You should look at her books. They're pretty good. He doesn't go over there. Part of me wishes he would just leave. At least my dad is back inside, and George went with him, so I don't have to worry about either of them. But there are some people who can make you feel embarrassed about everything in your life, even things like your lawn or your swing set. Then I'm really surprised. Jeremy rolls his bike over to the tree next to the arcade and lays it on the ground. Maybe I could help, he says. You need to get people over here. How about if I be your barker? What's that? The guy at the circus who shouts at people to get them to buy things. You want to do that? He shrugs. Sure, I don't mind. A few minutes later, he's rolled up some extra poster board to make a megaphone, and he's shouting, all right, everyone. There's a game arcade over here that no one's going to, but it's pretty fun. The price is right because it's pay whatever you want, and you can win some prizes. Some people standing near him look like they're not sure if he's joking or not. Right over here, sir, you on the grass next to the swing set. It might not look like too much, but it's a homemade game arcade, and you should bring your kids over to try it. This might be the only chance they ever get to play in a ball maze made out of toilet paper rolls. It's something they'll tell their grandkids, and their grandkids will get confused like, wait, wasn't there electricity then? So why the toilet paper rolls? Just go, sir. You with the Red Sox shirt, go, seriously. I look over at Mom, who is laughing harder than I've seen her laugh in a long time. The man starts laughing too, and shuffles the kids over in my direction. Jeremy keeps going, using his megaphone to talk to people standing 5 feet away from him. When my area fills up with little kids dropping pennies and throwing beanbags, he starts selling the other areas. You, sir, in the orange jacket, you look like maybe you need some new comic books in your life. Olga has never liked Jeremy much. Not that she said it, but I can tell from the way she looks at him over her glasses and usually rolls her eyes. This time, though, I'm surprised. She laughs and holds some of her sample books up high. Right over here, she yells louder than I've ever heard her speak in 5 years.